Chat, welcome into the Set Your Lineup podcast, episode 9. I am Gino, aka DJ Ellen Boy. I always wanted to be on sports radio, but I put myself on TV. So like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube. To the right of me, I got who?
Once again, welcome to who? Who to who? Hey, got exciting topics today for you. Once again, welcome you to our podcast. We're so glad to have you here. I am the one and only Trigger Man Joe. I'm not the host, but I do the most. But I'm gonna pass the torch to my compadre. Happy Mother's Day out there to all the
Yo, it's your boy DSPN. Hey, I've been on a heater lately. Somebody said I ain't know how to pick. I got them picks that'll fatten your wallet. Let's go.
You got receipts?
Plenty.
Who else we got?
Hey, this your boy Clutch, a.k.a. Domino, in the building. Welcome to the Set Your Lineup podcast, episode 9.
Welcome in. Hope y'all had a great week. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, especially the sports fan mothers and just all the mothers and those that, our thoughts, go with those that mom is not here anymore, but hope you have some precious memories on Mother's Day. So with Mother's Day, because we got a loaded show, no Diddy, today. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. When we think about mothers, we think about women, and we think about women. Shout out to my mama. My mom still got a little jump shot on her. We don't want to mess up the disability or whatever we got going on, but my mom still got a jump shot. So my mama was a baller. Somebody said they're gonna send me a yearbook picture, but I ain't seen it all. So we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Caitlin Clark Angel Reese effect in the WNBA. So let's start out. Let's start out by checking this out, fellas.
Flight for that league. For the next 2 seasons, teams will only travel on chartered planes. Now, let me explain why this is such a big deal. For number one, there's rising revenue, which means that the league can afford to do this. And thanks to newcomers like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, players who have lobbied for years to bypass the hustle and bustle of commercial airline travel, including those long lines, layovers, safety issues, the fact that some of these women are 6'7" and trying to fit into a typical airline seat. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert says the plan will start as soon as they find enough planes. It will cost the league about $25 million a year.
So, shout out D. You're a little WNBA player. Fly you out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, Angel Reese called me up right now. Audra Wilson, they called me up right now. Hey, I'll holler at y'all. I'll be doing the episode from the team, from inside the team locker room.
What about Brittany Griner?
Yeah, she can still fly me out. That don't
Yeah,
mean,
she can fly.
that don't mean that I gotta be there just for her, but she can definitely fly me out.
Yes, sir. We'll get them together.
We got Unpredictable in the building. Is your camera? Can you turn the camera to the side? Tell the producer over there if you can. Unpredictable in the building. What's happening? We just introduced.
Hey, what's up? Happy Mother's Day. I was on vacation and I just happened to get a text. Maybe that's why I should be at the meetings on Thursdays, like I should have been. But better late than never. That's why I'm unpredictable. You never know when I'm showing up.
Right.
And none of them can't. And guess what? None of them can't fly me out because I don't trust none of the WNBA players.
Yeah, you unpredictable like a menstrual cycle.
Hey, they might. Hey, I don't know. We might be overseas and they might have a Marlboro and we all going down.
So fellas, what y'all think about the ESPN, is it any other new things going on with the WNBA besides playing?
What was crazy is, of course, it was a preseason game, but the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky, their first game, it was a preseason game. Their tickets cost more than OKC's opening playoff game, which was crazy. They
What?
tickets cost now. I don't know if they will keep up. I doubt they keep up that type of pricing. But for the first game, they put a lot of marketing behind it, and I saw nosebleed seats at about 258, and tickets went up from there.
Caitlin Clark effect.
Yes,
Caitlin Clark
sir.
and Angel Reese first game.
Yep.
One other thing is, so a lot of people was lobbying for Angel Reese to be on TV her last game. So one streamer, just so happened that was a local streamer, he streamed the NBA game, the WNBA game on his live stream, got over 1 million views to watch the game.
Boy.
Wow. That's instant money right there.
So and that
Wow.
lead like the video we watched, what it said 25 million to get them charter flights.
For the
So
next
Yeah.
they,
2 years.
yeah, for the next 2 years. So look, they'll make that back. So we tapped in this summer, right?
Yeah, because I mean they saying Caitlin Clark is going to generate 100 million by herself.
I ain't heard that one.
So
Oh, me
yeah,
neither.
yeah,
No wonder Ice Cube trying to hunt her down like he did
Yeah, he
like he
knew
did the
something.
dudes that shot Ricky.
yeah. And
Wnba.
Shot the
and
man in the
and
ass for eating a hamburger.
Boy.
and truth be told, the collective bargaining agreement is over after this season. So I think the WNBA players they got the upper hand come next year,
Oh yeah,
I,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, ride
especially
the
with
wave that you got now.
I
That's
think I
right.
especially
think
with the marketing money and the TV money. Everything is going to increase.
social media is definitely WNBA biggest fan right now.
Yeah. I
Is
know.
Caitlin
is
Clark.
is Kendrick Lamar then WNBA then?
Uh, I
Then
have seen
BBL Drizzy.
Cat
some.
Williams, Kendrick, WNBA.
I heard Cat Williams on I heard this thing with Whack, man. I heard it was kind of whack.
Not
The
on Club
game, the
Shay Shay
game
though.
dish Rick Ross. The game dish Rick Ross.
Yeah, the game, yeah. Yeah, that
Shaq
was
did Shaq dissed Uncle Shay Shay.
shout out to Shaq, man. That made Kanye versus better. That was the
Hey,
most terrible Shaq, bro. And then the first half of the song, you got the people talking that you trying to diss. What is that?
I thought we supposed to be talking
uh,
about the WNBA, man. How we get we
Well,
here?
we
How we
have an
get live in?
organic
No Diddy. No.
you must be
conversation.
a Club
You
Shay
got
Shay
something to say
fan.
about the WNBA, Green Man?
I'm afraid to
Who was
speak. You
that?
playing Diddy?
That's somebody else did that.
I thought it was you. No, but
Unpredictable. Your camera won't go the sideways. No, he unpredictable. He gonna show up however. Green Man, what you got?
well, we all heard the phrase "money talk." So the WNBA has taken a major step to ensure the safety of their players by investing millions of dollars to their charter flights, and ticket sales are up 93% from what it was last year at this time. So that star power really generates money, millions of dollars. Caitlin Clark put Iowa on the map, and now she's already the biggest thing ever for the Fever, University franchise. And she has a $28 million Nike deal. I think Under Armour offered her 14 million or 16 million, sorry, and Adidas offered 6 million. But she had Nike come in and just do it. And Angel Reese, how can you call an angel to be a villain? You know, why does she receive so much hate? It's because they don't pick
But
on nobody or hate on nobody who's not great. And when she goes to this event, what is the Met Gala, she's gonna carry all of the WNBA players, present, past, future, and they will finally get the recognition that they finally deserve for the WNBA.
DSPN, will Juju come out early?
No, I don't see the point right now. The money ain't right. Like, it's different if, say for instance, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese came out and they had $1 million deal, $1 million per year or $4 million per year. I could see Juju coming out, but I think she's there for the long haul. Because
I don't think she plays her senior season.
No way.
The money, but
I think
they'll be the negotiator on new contracts for them. Like,
right,
she's gonna
Yep.
be in the perfect moment because she's coming behind Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. She's coming behind them. So in 2 years,
Hey, yo.
once they start negotiating a contract, she's gonna get the fruit.
Well, that's why she's coming out next year. After next year, she's out of there.
Don't bite the apple.
Nah,
Don't
no,
bite
she
the
need to
apple.
stay
no,
4 years.
she's not
Not
coming
four.
out that soon.
Not
No.
four.
You
Now
heard
when
you heard it here first. Episode 9 of the Set Your Lineup podcast. Juju will leave after next year.
no the
If you
She
negotiation
not ready.
in 2 years. Not ready.
right, the renegotiations come in 2 years, Clutch.
Yeah.
Why
I
would you?
think
Why
No,
would you come?
it come next year, 2025. It comes in 2025, not 2 years.
Keith
2025.
Sweat said on the opening of his song, "You may be young, but you're ready."
Pause.
I don't
hey,
think she's
yo.
ready, man.
No Diddy. No BBL Drizzy.
I think that
We not waiting for her to. We
1988.
not waiting on Juju to
we ain't
turn
red
21.
We ain't red
We
shirt.
we we not waiting for her to turn the age.
Hey, yo, you not waiting?
Oh,
Hey,
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 You
no
man.
already
R.
talking about
Kelly.
getting flued out.
I
No
have
R.
nothing to do with
Kelly.
that last comment.
No R. Kelly.
Hey, I'm trying to tell y'all, from a basketball standpoint, she's ready. From a marketing standpoint, she's not ready. So when I look at Juju, what's different from her than any other star that ever came out of college? So you got to have something to come in with you. That's why you see so many people following Angel Reese and you see them following Caitlin Clark because there's something different about them. So a lot of that stuff we've already seen before, great female basketball players, but you can't market them. Brittany Griner probably as best as they come, but what can you market for Brittany Griner? So you got to be marketable. And so even when I look at Caitlin Clark, 60% of America, 60+% is white. Now you have a white female integrating the WNBA that's been dominated by mostly sisters. And so she's showing that she can compete. So guess what happened? The marketing goes up because now white people are going to watch it more often. So you got to have something behind you. Angel Reese just came at the right time. And when she showed off Caitlin Clark, she took advantage of her spotlight. And yes, she is a villain because she trolls. And guess what? Ain't nothing wrong with being the villain. Just remember that.
Wow.
Nobody hated Gargamel. They just didn't want him to kidnap the Smurfs.
It was the
Wow.
it was like the perfect episode. It was Batgirl versus Superwoman.
DSP, you know what a Smurf is?
Yeah, I know what the Smurf is.
Oh, okay. Our young
Yeah,
lad, he might not know.
yeah,
Like he don't know what 530
unpredictable.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, unpredictable. Unpredictable. When you talk about Brittany Griner being, marketed or whatever, she got the whole alphabet behind her. She getting plenty of marketing. Trust me.
Well, she getting marketing, but it's not helping the WNBA.
Right.
So when you think about the league, when they're talking about charter flights and everything that they want, equality is going to help Brittany, but how is it helping the league?
Yeah, because if she really was the girl, like you're saying, she would have been the face of the league by now.
Ain't nobody come to see no Brittany Griner.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Ain't nobody come to see. Yeah.
She got a dump, man.
I come to see you, Otis.
We need a woman to join the NBA. WNBA. Please, I did not mean to say that. NBA, but the WNBA, we need a woman to join that's dunking, and that'll show enough get
Michelle
some. Who?
Michelle Snow was dunking.
I'm talking about
Hey,
dunking
Michelle Snow.
in the
is she
trap.
catching? She catching
You don't
alleys?
remember her?
Is she
She can
catching
flush it
alleys?
with two.
She flushed
I
with
don't care
two.
if she catching alleys. We need to put her on TV.
Yeah.
She
But
gone now though. I
but
would think so.
I think Juju comes out after her junior year and is the first pick for the Toronto whatever they're gonna be.
Yeah, for the new, she's gonna start the new team. That's my thought. I don't think they're going to Toronto.
I don't think she's staying 4 years. I think she'll be the first one. I don't know if that's the first
I
time.
think
But
she'll be the first player of the expansion team. That
but after her
Two and
junior year,
done.
if she's projected to go number one to
Two
a
and
team that she
done.
don't want to go to, that's not going to market her whole package.
She on
Then she might
Canada.
wait till the
so
following year.
you got to think about it, Joe. The
Two and
WNBA is
done.
different. The WNBA is different than the NBA. All it takes. So what? Caitlin Clark went to the Indiana Fever this year, and they became decent. They just drafted I cannot remember the girl from South Carolina, the power forward from South Carolina about 2 seasons ago.
Asia,
I can't help you.
Yeah,
yeah,
something like that. But
Asia.
she was drafted, so they it take 3 years to build a WNBA team. If it's talent coming out, it takes 3 years
Gotcha.
And they
because it
don't
ain't
want
none.
to championship.
It ain't that many. Of course, you got Las Vegas, they loaded. You got New York, they're loaded. Chicago is actually favored to win more games than Indiana Fever once they are healthy. Then you got the rest that just fall in line. The worst team is Atlanta Dream. So Juju could be in hot Atlanta.
I
She could be in hot Atlanta in the next couple years.
I
Boy.
like it. I like it. All
Yep.
right.
Two and out. Two
This
and
is
out.
this is this is a basketball show. It turned out to be a basketball show. We will talk basketball today. And Clutch, you ever been let go, fired?
Uh, no.
Okay. What about you, Trick Man Joe? You ever been fired before? Is this on? Can you hear me?
You can't be?
Trick Man Joe, have you ever been fired?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah,
It's our black heritage to be fired. You can't just take all that stuff all the time and not let them know who you are.
What-
Wait,
well, I guess I'm halfway because I got laid off and laid off. No, I think I
that's
did. Yeah, I
that's
did
that
get
light
fired one
skin
time.
word. They don't lay off dark skin.
Yeah, they knew not to play with me though. They let one boy work his shift at Kmart. I was like 16. They let him work his shift and then fire him. I mean, laid him off and called, but
Tow the club up.
no, he ain't tell up. I
Yeah.
get scared. DSPN, you ever been fired?
Fired. I, no, I ain't never been fired, but I put my 2 week notice in at a job, and I was finna quit, and I guess they felt like
You was
they just
taking your
wanted to
talents to
go.
South
They
Beach.
just wanted
They,
to go
they
ahead and
didn't
see
need you
how.
for them 2 weeks.
They actually needed me, but I guess they wanted to see how it's gonna go. So I was like, it's cool because there was a possibility I wasn't gonna show up anyway. So I guess they was a little, they didn't want to be dependent on me. But with me still being on the roster, they couldn't bring in no help.
Yeah. So, they would have did me like that. I'd have
What you would have
been on
did?
unemployment, put an unemployment on. I call every Wednesday at
Oh no,
8:30
no,
in the morning.
I don't care. I'll talk to y'all off camera.
Oh yeah.
Anybody that subscribe that needs to know how to be helped with unemployment, let me know. This is off the
Got the
record.
hook
Have you
up.
ever
Holler
fired
at
anybody,
your
DSPN?
Hmm?
Have you ever fired anybody?
Quite a few. I done had to fire some friends. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, me too.
should never hire a
Yep,
friend.
me too.
I mean they became my friend at work and outside of work,
Oh,
like
okay, got
they became cool people. But yeah, I done had to. I'm talking about, man, she was crying and everything. It was my first fire.
Oh man, I am not finna laugh at that.
It was my first.
But you did.
I had to. It was easy. Yeah, they was testing me. It was my first
Yeah.
time being. It
Hey,
was my first time being a manager. They sent me on the mission, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna let her know, talk to her, like, hey, it ain't nothing personal, but shoot, the tears started running, man. My heart started filling up. I was like, dang.
hey, then they gonna say, Mr. DSPN, why she crying? That DSPN said,
She belongs to the streets.
Boy.
yo. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come
But
on, light skin.
speaking of firings, we've had some firings in the NBA. I only know of two. Is any more people missing?
I think they said the Wizards coach might have got fired. I don't know.
Yeah. We
I think
can.
What about Charlotte? They just hired a new coach, didn't
yeah.
the Hornets?
We couldn't pull up his name. It wasn't getting a haircut. Ooh, that's a player. That's a player getting a haircut. Hey, that my partner cut your hair
That's how we
too.
do it over here.
That my partner
Tell
cut your hair.
tell country boys. You tell Bronco Nation, his homeboy
Bronco
came for
Nation.
me. Let me know when you ready to come on here. I ain't ducking you. We waiting on you. I feel the fool. You gonna call me? I don't know boxing. You're damn right I don't know boxing, but I can talk shit. You know I can talk it.
Your
audio sound like you're chewing gum.
What the hell? Damn, it's gotta be bad when
Yeah, get rid of him. Knock him out. Put him out.
I'm back on, baby.
Yeah, you sound better.
Hey,
so you gonna kill Morpheus?
There we go. I had to go back. Hey, I had to be bad when DSPN talking about my technology. I'm doing bad. That's all.
Hey,
Shots fired.
He getting a haircut at the mansion, man. He got plenty of money. I don't know what he gonna ask when we start getting paid.
But
I don't know what he gonna. But
the three opening jobs was Lakers, Suns, and the Wizards.
Lakers, Suns. Okay. We know nothing about the Wizards and who their coach was and who their coach will be.
Who he?
How done Staley for the Wizards? How done Staley? What up, though?
I see you with the mic over there.
What's happening?
Hey, we getting a fresh haircut. Something that Xavier don't know about like that.
Oh,
One time for the and I'm waiting for Bronco Nation homeboy. That's who I'm waiting on. Hey, let me know.
He was in the comments on you last week.
Hey, he was, and guess what? Tell him come over here and get some of this smoke. I'm like Stephen A. Smith when people won't talk behind the keyboard. Come show your face.
He want to be on the show though. We're gonna put him on there. Especially if somebody keep missing.
Boy. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Hey, no, listen. So the Suns have hired their coach, Mike Busenberger. Busenhammer.
You must be hungry.
Our former Atlanta coach, and the Bucks coach that won a championship and was fired. It looked like LeBron James.
Where he was?
Huh?
Assistant coach before he went to Atlanta. Where he was at?
Spurs, the San Antonio Spurs. I always like to show out for the GOAT, man.
He ain't paused. He ain't got the Google on point.
I like to say Houston though, but I was trying to say San Antonio. I was trying to say I was in Texas somewhere. What do y'all think about that hire though? For the Suns, another coach for KD to get fired.
I mean, wow, okay. I mean, I think he's a better hire than some of the other hires, but I don't feel he should have lost the job in Milwaukee. But the players run the teams now.
Facts.
Always have.
That's why LeBron won't JJ Redick in there.
Man, they went.
Who told you that? Did you hear that? Did LeBron? You hear LeBron say he want JJ Redick?
So
allegedly.
you know,
on his podcast.
Let's speak factual when it comes to these LeBron lovers. You know, they get a little sensitive.
Whoa.
But from some
It's
sources,
all over the internet.
right? Like Kendrick Perkins, I wish you had that clip. That's a clip I should have got. Kendrick Perkins said LeBron James' legacy should be tarnished for all these coaches he done went through. That man done went through more coaches than people go through girlfriends in life.
And KD, they said KD went through 6. Whoa. This is 6 coach.
Hey, but it's a difference with KD.
He's changed teams, but he's really only went through
fired coaches.
But he's only went through 2 coaches. He went through a coach. He had 2 coaches at the Nets, and he has 2 coaches at the Suns. In Golden State, he had 1 coach. OKC, he had 1 coach.
Well, at OKC, he had 1 coach.
Yeah, Billy Donovan.
You want to bet mine?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Shout out to we gotta get y'all a profile picture like Unpredictable guy. It look like some boobies up there or something. Listen, the Lakers are looking for a head coach. Do y'all think JJ Redick is the right move?
Man, ain't no coach the right move until LeBron lead the league. Just like LeBron, just like Darvin Ham finally had a play to run. He said, Darvin Ham said, "Hey, let me get the board. I'm finna draw up a play." In that same clip, LeBron James said, "No, I got it. Pass me a board."
He might with JJ Redick. LeBron might show up to the game with a He might play with a coach shirt on.
He might well have a whistle on the court.
Nobody you whistle no more. You sound like one of these.
And that's what they're recommending. He be a player coach.
Man, he already.
They said now in history, Bill Russell was the first player coach.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, he gonna have Bernie in there. No.
Hey man, now I want to talk about this. See, this is the difference between KD and LeBron. Now, I'm not in favor of neither one of them, what they've been doing to the league, switching teams, things like that. But KD did have a big hand in firing Steve Nash. He admit that. He was with Jacque Vaughn and got traded. So in essence, he had nothing to do with whatever Jacque Vaughn had going on. When he got to Phoenix was already in the process of firing that coach. So that was a transaction that had already started. Now with this one, I don't know what happened. But at the end of the day, it seems like we make excuses for LeBron. Let's go to the 8th man on the bench, or he didn't score. That's why LeBron lost. When we look at KD, it was Bradley Beal. He never performed. So at the end of the day, everybody's not going to perform, but this is the difference with LeBron. You go to the finals, you're fired. You go to the conference finals, you're fired. You go to the play-in tournament, you're fired.
You win. You win the NBA championship. You fired.
And this
is what I want to know. This is what I want to know. If LeBron's so great and he is the system. If LeBron is the system, like everybody say, he had 10 coaches. Why the other 6 got fired if he was the system? That means his ass should have got fired too. You can't take all the glory and deflect all the blame. I'm like with Kendrick Perkins. I wish LeBron would. If he would have tried me like that, I'd have hit his ass with that clipboard. He wouldn't have said that again. We'd have seen if he was clutch then. We'd have seen what Clutch Sports would have did. We'd have been saying hello to the other side. He gonna try He should have tried Darvin Ham. Well, my name is Edward Turkey. Gobble gobble, because I would have slapped him upside his head. Just because you're a great player, that don't mean you're a great coach. You can't. Why AD didn't give but 1 shot, coach? Why you missed a wide open 3, coach? I'm through with this.
Clutch. This week, LeBron's hate segment was brought to who by? Was brought by what? Apex, the signature series. What's the cigar? What's the cigar?
No, this is a Diesel.
Okay, no,
and that's what I want to know. Everybody blaming D'Angelo Russell. The man scored 20 points in 40 games, and you look at the one he didn't.
Man, the Lakers been on in Cancun for about 2 weeks, man. We were talking about them getting a new coach, so I guess, yeah.
Well, guess what? Let JJ Redick, let Phil Jackson, Pat Riley, LeBron James, and his mama and the stepdaddy coach.
He must have said something crazy. That's why he got cut off.
No, I stopped and I hit mute because I was about to say something crazy. I'm getting tired of these entitled people. First of all, if you want to know the truth about the coaches, let's get to the facts about coaches. We're gonna make this non-personal. Since LeBron James and AD been in LA, they didn't miss 35% of the games each, but they taking up 70% of the salary cap. So if you think about this, if you a winning team when you play for 70% and you a losing team when you don't play, you kind of figure out why you end up playing every year and got the hardest road to the finals. That ain't the coach. Won't you get in shape? Stop talking about you 39. I don't care if you're 39, 49, or 59. Don't get on the court if you can't play every game. Because I know this. If I was teaching LeBron's son and I miss days, he going to go to the principal and the school board and say, hey, it's time for him to be fired. And I say the same thing. If you want to win, either cut your salary and let them get some replacement players when you don't play, or you play every game like everybody else.
Hey, we talk
Point
about
blank period.
LeBron leaving games early. I done been on the phone with you at 2:00 and no school in sight. So
that's why. Because guess what? I'm unpredictable. I disappear. I'm like David Copperfield. Now you see me? Poof. No, you don't.
oh man. All right. So let's check this out. Basketball episode. Let's see what we got right here.
Miss games to be present at the birth of their child. We got quite the coincidence in the sports world Monday night when two athletes, both in the playoffs, experienced the birth of a child and both handled in two different ways. One of the more controversial moments of Nuggets Timberwolves Game 2 was the absence of Rudy Gorbert, who missed the game in order to be present at the birth of his first child. He was absolutely ripped into by Gilbert Arenas, who went on a rant how the baby won't even know Rudy was there.
The baby, bro, ain't gonna be there when you get back. You about to think you about to do with the baby, he gonna be asleep.
Coincidentally, Boston Bruins defenseman Brandon Carlo also welcomed a child into the world the very same day. He became a dad to a son around 3 a.m, flew to Florida, and just made it to the game in time, being welcomed by teammates with a barrage of hugs. He even scored a goal in a truly awesome moment.
We had our baby last night at around 3 o'clock, so didn't know if I was gonna make it in time, but sure happy I did.
This isn't the first or last time this situation will pop up for pro athletes, and it begs the question.
So yeah, okay, got Clutch back on him. Thank you, Clutch. Do you think it was the right move for Rudy Gobert to miss the game 2 of the second round?
Absolutely. I don't care. What's his name? What's his name? Zero.
Agent Zero.
Gilbert Arenas, yeah. Agent Zero.
Yeah, man, he's an idiot. Talking about the baby gonna be asleep. That has nothing to do with it. Man, this is your first child coming into the world. I mean, those are memories that's gonna last a lifetime. And cameras are there recording everything. So when that child gets old enough to look at the video, they'll understand. And I guarantee Rudy Gobert. I hope he go at Agent Zero.
NBA championship, the memories that last a lifetime.
Hey, can I be devil's advocate?
Go ahead.
So I cannot remember the player, but a child was being born during the Super Bowl. Do you miss the Super Bowl?
Nah, I heard you don't miss the Super Bowl. Shout out to my homegirl, Jess Hilarious. She's like, nah, the Super Bowl, you gotta go.
Dude, it's your first child.
Where am I keep bringing up the first child? So if it's the fourth child,
I'm just saying. I'm going by what Clutch said. It's your first child.
I'm saying if it's the fourth child,
if my first child, I don't care Super Bowl or not, man. Family first, man. I'm going.
If it's Clutch is your fourth child,
then I probably won't go.
And that's
what's the difference? It's still a child.
Your first, it's still a child, but your first one is that's something special. When you had your first child, how did you feel?
I know.
So the fourth child is less special?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that.
Hand me down.
I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is, if I've gone through it 3 times, that fourth time, I can have somebody that'll handle it for the Super Bowl.
But what the child come back
I'm a
and say, well,
millionaire.
Daddy, you was there for everybody else's birth. Why you wasn't there for my birth? What's up?
Like, how you know, cuz? Sit back.
I was there in
You
spirit.
was you was a
I'll send a
mistake.
video. I'll make a video before I even play.
So
Speaking
I said that to say, if Minnesota would have lost that game, and that later cost them a championship, how do you look at that? Because I'm saying y'all flying into
it's just like
y'all are flying into Minnesota as soon as the game is over. Y'all flying right in as soon as the game over.
Let me ask a question. Let me propose this question to everybody. We're not millionaires.
No.
You know, thousandaires maybe. But anyway, if you were at work or something, wherever you was working when your first child was born, you got that call and said, "Hey, your baby's been born." What are you gonna do?
Oh, I was
The
gone.
NBA is a job.
I was gone.
Exactly. The NBA is a job.
not Hyundai,
At the
not
end of the day,
Hyundai.
the NBA, the end of the day, the NBA is a job. So,
Hey, and
if you would do it, why shouldn't he be able to do it?
and I took father leave from work. Whether it was unpaid or not, I took father leave. I'll see y'all in about 4 days, 5
Yeah.
days,
So
a week.
you answer your own question, man. I mean,
But
you would leave. So the NBA is a job. The NBA is a job, regardless of how you look at it.
that's
He plays
true. But
ball to get paid.
sometimes you get paid millions of dollars to do your
Big
job.
difference.
I'm getting paid hundreds and
Crumbs
hundreds of
compared to that.
dollars. I don't care if they fire me for going to see my child or taking 2 weeks off work or whatever. But and I respect Rudy Gobert because I'm not against being there for my first child. So I ain't saying that I would have left or I wouldn't have left. But it's just you can also honor your child in that same way. That might have been a game he dropped 50 points, 20 rebounds. As you was being born, this is what I did for you, son. This is what I did for you, dog. And I flew straight there, and I made it
Great
there.
point. Great point.
So,
Brett Favre crying when he lost his father. Monday night game against the Raiders.
Transparent moment. My second child, it wasn't it was a struggle. That pregnancy was a struggle. Her water broke early. We had to take a lot of precautions, and we had to make it, I think, 8 to 12 weeks later with her being open. Finally got the UAB. I'm driving the UAB, then coming back to work. Once it got to the 23, 24 week, they said the baby can come at any time. So I'm on standby, but I'm in Montgomery working because I gotta make some money and then go to UAB on a schedule. And the baby, and it was crazy that I felt the baby was coming. We found out that the baby was coming this particular day, but I didn't find out till the end of work. I'm the only person out. And I'm like, well, hey, maybe the baby can wait literally until I finish. I want to say I was halfway through the paperwork. I got the call. Hey, it's happening. Now, the paperwork might have been wrong because I hurried up, got through it. But I got there at the end. The baby was asleep. Of course, she was preemie, but the baby was asleep. It wasn't nothing that I could do. I would have loved to be there for that moment, but sometimes, you got to do what you got to do. But it's all about what you do after the baby is here.
Exactly. We're gonna talk about that on Father's Day. Kind of, having to provide and I don't want to get transparent. Having to provide and be different places. Hey man, you heard me talking. There my feelings out. Hold on.
Who knew you got stepped on like light skinned Drake, man? Come on.
Hey, and then just for me sharing that.
Hold on. Who's to say that his wife didn't have any complications? Because we don't know.
That's true. Like we don't know.
But I
We
think
don't know.
I think what we're missing here though is all relationships are different. Matter of fact, the Bible says, wisdom is a principal thing, and all thy getting, get thee an understanding. So the married couple, non-married, got to understand that, hey, I play ball. If this happen, blah, blah, blah. And if they cool with it, why is the world got a problem with it?
Exactly.
Or whatever size shoe fits your shoe, that's on you. It ain't got nothing to do with it. Whatever you deem important.
I mean,
Rudy Gorbert said a thing, a rebuttal back at Gill for saying what he said.
Enough people did,
He's just trying to get some press for his
Listen,
podcast, and then he don't care about marriage. He don't children and all that. He ain't a man of honor. Why we even
because matter of fact,
his voice in that rim.
You seen what you seen from Karl Anthony Towns is what you haven't seen from him in a long time. Karl Anthony Towns stepped up and took on the challenge.
Yeah.
He stepped up, and that what we feel could hurt a team is the very much thing that brought the team together.
Yep, energized.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, and he could have. And while we on Cat, he could have easily. The mind is fragile. It could snap a break and don't come back. During COVID, he lost his mom to COVID. And he lost like 8 other people in his family to COVID, and he was distraught. He was devastated, and rightfully so. Fought through it, and look at him now, coming off a knee surgery a month ago. Normally, he ain't considered a tough guy or somebody who gonna go through adversity and get better. So he's making a.
You talking about Cat?
Proud of me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And just because I had that moment, happy Mother's Day. I have 2 of the most wonderful mothers raising my children, raising my daughters to be future queens in the way that they carry themselves. So I really just want to give shouts out to them because they really make my job easy. I know I probably ain't always the best to deal with or the easiest, but I appreciate them for always holding me down, and I try to return the favor to them.
They don't make your job easy. They might make it easier. But that daddy job, you do a good job at it, man. Great job. Soccer. I'm about to say ballerina, but they ain't ballerina. Cheering. Yeah, he own it. He ain't absentee dad.
I left my baby at the hospital to go DJ. I felt like a dirtbag, but they told me go ahead. But it was like day 3 or something.
You ain't feel like a dirtbag. Stop lying.
I did.
I can see it in your face.
I did.
The eyes tell the whole story. You love it.
But I had the community. It was the DJ, the Montgomery Falcons, Pee Wee pet rally, whatever. I knew I was gonna be gone about an hour and a half, 2 hours, baby sleep. But I but this was like day 3.
Yeah.
It was like we was gonna get ready to go home, and I went and came back. But at that moment, it's like, hey, I'm starting now. But at that moment, it was a reminder that, hey, sometimes you gotta go get it. You're not gonna be awarded you're not gonna be awarded the being able to spend time all the time, and sometimes you got to go get it. So shout out to the mothers though.
Yeah, shout out to the mothers because that light skinned donkey face, what he just said was nothing.
What you care about it? The first child or the 4th child? So you ain't first is worse over the. But yeah, you were retired when you had all your children, so you ain't had to worry about
Everybody ain't got that liberty.
Ain't it, man? I probably 70 by
Whatever.
Because if I was retired, shoot, man, bring my kids here every day.
Yeah.
Retired.
That's him saying that. Listen. Yeah. So, but I agree with what the hockey player did, man. Get in and out, then I'm back in. But and he was in a playoff game as well, and I'm sure the hockey fans didn't throw a big fuss like NBA fans did. So we got to do better.
And it's the second round of the playoff. If it might be the conference finals or the NBA finals, maybe it changed for Rudy Gobert. But
yeah. Yeah. So, but congratulations to
And maybe he
Rudy.
should have stayed away because when he came back, they got blitzed.
Hey, listen.
He had that.
Listen.
He had that. He had that Similac on his breath, and it was affecting the team.
Yeah,
And they
you
played
know,
like babies.
it possibly was a chance, but Carr at the times already said, bro, you're not missing another game. I'm not doing that again.
Yes, because not, but at least Rudy Gobert got something better to be known as instead of doing this when he was playing by the Rona.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good point.
so
Good
now
point.
he got something better.
Why you call that man? Why you call that man Rudy Gay though? I've seen that little thing. Yeah, you threw that in there.
I would get my players mixed up.
Gay
Pause.
and Gorbert don't. Yeah. Yeah.
But his name is Gobert, so you keep putting the T on it. You know you ain't cultured. Gobert.
I'm black, man.
Yeah,
But
you
you
have
I'm
French
good.
doing
too.
it in honors. I'm
I
doing
saw
it.
all that French you was talking
Hey,
last episode.
I can talk
Algebra.
French because
Algebra,
I
I'm doing
mess
it.
around and
Pseudo.
Frenched up my mustache. I mess around and Frenched up my mustache, so I know the.
But I almost said something, but I held it back,
Alright, so I
boy.
know the French names. Hey, basketball episode. Let's keep going. Let's see what we got right here.
Listen, I think throwing two things makes it a suspension. Now, I don't know that they'll do it. I know if this were the regular season, they would do it. And I'm typically okay with kind of different rules for regular season and playoffs. This was not heat of the moment, man. This was a building meltdown. Started from him whining to Reggie, then literally whining to his dad, then doing the money sign to the refs, which cost Gorbert $100,000 when he did it, then going to the bench and throwing a towel and not then realizing, oh, I'm pretty lucky that didn't actually make it to the court. Instead being like, didn't have enough weight to it to make it to the court. Give me something heftier. And when people say it's dangerous, I want to be clear here. It's not dangerous because they think you're going to hurt someone with the heating pad hitting them. Like, that would just be annoying. It's dangerous because it lands at guys' feet. They don't see it, and they can step on it. I have seen guys suspended from playoff games for what I consider to be less egregious and less dangerous. And so if he doesn't get suspended, as a basketball fan, I'll kind of be happy because you'd like to see how it goes. But he deserves it. He deserves a suspension for that.
All right, Trigger Man Joe, I need you to lead us off on that. Should he have been suspended or not?
I agree. I concur 1,000% that he should have been suspended. It warrant a suspension. The gravity of the situation. They're the defending champs. They down 2-0. We can't let Jamal Murray not play this next game. So we'll find him a hefty fine. It won't look bad at not doing anything. But ACP, Michael Porter Jr., this guy here was like the straw that stirs the drink last year when they run to the finals. And he's the only man in playoff history that his points from the regular season to the playoff, it goes up 7.5. Not Jordan, not LeBron, not Kobe.
Gotcha. I will say this. He should have been suspended. And he's not the only star of the playoffs that should have been suspended this playoff. Because they didn't handle the Joel Embiid situation right when he hurt Mitchell Robinson's ankle. That man literally pulled his ankle while he jumped up in the air, and the man fell down. He kind of hurt himself and then literally got hurt on the next play. Joel Embiid is the reason that Mitchell Robinson is not even here right now. Jamal Murray, I like him as a player.
He dead?
But
what you mean here?
Yeah, go back to the
he hurt.
Mitchell Robinson. Joel Embiid is the reason that Mitchell Robinson is missing games. Like it was uncalled for. But Jamal Murray deserved the fine, and he deserved at least 2 games. I don't care if it's your first time acting out. I don't care if it's your second time acting out. If you treat everything the same way always, then we don't have these problems or issues. Cause ain't no way.
And
Like, okay, he got into it with the ref. You let that slide. He got into it, crying and whining. Okay, you let that slide. Next thing you know, he threw a whole heating pad right there where they're jumping at the rim. And if one fall and one come down on it, slip, that's the end of their season. Yeah, he deserved 2 games. At minimum.
But they
2
just go.
games.
The rules say he should be suspended. But there's always an exception to the rule. When you're a star player, they're gonna do everything they possibly can not to suspend you. Just like when Draymond Green didn't he hit LeBron James in the groin or whatever, kicked him in the groin or whatever it was, he got suspended for that game 5.
He should have kicked him.
After LeBron
put all his man. Hey, Draymond got he did it.
He got suspended. He would have did it. So the stars run the league, star power. I see. Okay, Reggie Miller got in a fight with Michael Jordan. A fight. Miller was ejected from the game. Jordan stayed in the game.
I remember that game.
Star power, man. Star. It's the stars that the revenue. Just like when they made Jordan get out the league for those 2 years and all that gambling issues and stuff, and they seen they couldn't make the money without Jordan. Baby, you got to come on back. Do it without Black Jesus and tennis shoes.
So, Clutch, you think he should be suspended? Did Trigger Man Joe say yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He said
1,000%.
Yeah, I think he definitely, you know, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but the one thing I will say, like, you know, he talked about Draymond Green. If Draymond Green did some stuff like that, regardless, like you said, first, second, or third time, he would have been out of there just because of his reputation. You know, okay, he's a squeaky clean guy, whatever, don't get in no trouble. It's his first time. But the rules should apply to everybody. So he should have been suspended and, 2 games, whatever it was. He should have been suspended. Messing with people's careers. Punk ass. He wouldn't have threw that shit. He wouldn't have threw that. If he would threw that shit on the court when I was on the court, I would have ran over there and knocked it. Oh boy, what? He would have called left, right, left. No,
we can't handle that beige behavior going on the sideline in the NBA.
I can't.
Beige outrage.
I can't see too well these days. What color is that, Jamal Murray?
What color?
Light skin.
Drake, BBL Drake.
What? No Limit Studio.
We No Limit. Hey, I'm jamming to this hate not here right now. I'm like James Jones. We gonna suspend a man for a wet towel? Come on now. What? Hey, this supposed to be the big boys. We not doing that. My thing is, he threw a towel, you throw it right back at him. That's where I'm from. That's it. We gonna suspend a man in the playoffs for a towel that almost hit a referee? Is this what we coming to?
It wasn't a towel. It was a towel. It was a heating pack, man.
Well, guess what? Know who I blame? Know who should have been suspended for that? Whoever he threw it at, because they should have knocked some sense into him. That's who should be suspended right now. I think we asking the wrong question. Hey, I got my brother right here. We grew up on Tullis Drive. We ain't about to sit there and say, you know what? Let's suspend somebody for throwing a wet heating pad. First of all, that means he crossed the Mason-Dixon line. That line in the sand you don't draw. So whoever it was, man, woman, child, referee, studio camera. At that point, it should have been a full-out attack. Now, the professional me, you know what that would have did? Huh? See, I'm a professional.
You're making a great point. But if they cut from the same cloth for the old school, when he played in game 3, somebody supposed to tighten him up for doing
there you go.
Or later on in that
go
game,
back to the baseball rooms.
Get back at him. Send somebody who don't play on the bench a goon and take the shot, take him out. But, you know,
hey, let's go back to baseball rooms.
Hey, that's what's wrong with the league now.
Police itself.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with the league now. They can't do it no more.
Google
Well,
don't
hey,
blame
He ain't
me.
throw it at
He
a
gets
player
suspended and
though.
he ain't playing anyway.
Who the?
It's soft league, man. Soft league.
it is
Exactly.
soft. We
That's why
trying
I
to
said what I
suspend a man for a
said.
towel. First of all, and the second thing,
light skinned people run the world, man. Light skinned people run the world.
Hey, mute his mic. He keeps saying a towel.
whatever it is,
It was two things.
hey,
The towel
that's like
that
right now. If I suspend Gino's son for throwing a paper clip, he'd be looking at me crazy.
Shout out to all the children that been suspended because Mr. Unpredictable turned them in.
Hey,
Shout out to y'all.
hey,
Check in the comments. Put in the
hey, man,
comments.
you could check my record. In my whole career, I only wrote up 2 people, and that's because I stopped to go in the hallway to ask somebody a question. They was fighting, and I had to write it up. Other than that, we don't write nobody up. I ain't right. Guess what? I haven't seen an offer referral in 20 years. I ain't got time for that. We gonna figure this out.
You might do the punishment there. Yeah, you might shake
Hey,
somebody.
we figure it out. That's how we do it. Hey, we from the old school. Cause guess what? When them kids get on my nerves and we go back and forth today, they can't come in my classroom until they give me some dap to let them know it ain't nothing personal. We're moving forward. So what somebody should have did was game 3, tighten Jamal Murray up, and game 4 gave him a hug.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know, give him a kiss like Isaiah did Magic. No Diddy.
Yeah, they cheering dap you up.
doubt.
You done shook them like a new bottle of orange juice and then tapping them on the top of the head like a box of Newport 100. And then
That's called discipline.
That's called they not like us.
100.
The old school.
The Longwood.
Old school taking over. They not like us.
Yeah. Hey,
Exactly.
I just think, and I'm gonna say this. I'm not going to even blame Jamal Murray saying he should have been suspended. I want to know who created that bogus rule if you halfway throw something on the court. I think sometimes it's too sensitive.
Yeah.
It was all the way on the court.
All right.
It was
all
underneath
right.
the basket.
We're going to continue.
Man, I played the YMCA and the kid rolled the ball, almost made me trip.
Back in the day and that happened, somebody on the court would have picked that same thing up and slung it. If it wouldn't have been a Jamal Murray, been one of the coaches or trainer, because it shouldn't be out here.
Shout out to Patrick.
There you go. Shout out to Rudy Gorbert. He did LeBron. He did load management. Shout out to Rudy. I missed that segment.
It wouldn't be no baby if he did the load management.
Hey.
You get that tomorrow, son. Hey, let's continue the basketball. But what's his name we were talking about just then? Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray. I don't like the way he handled the interview and not even faking, a little I'm sorry or apology. So next time he will. Yeah. Next time they'll deal with it.
You don't have to apologize.
Hey, put some water on that wet towel and put it over his head. He'll be all right.
All right, let's keep this basketball episode going. Check this out, fellas.
Oh man, you hope you finish the statement.
Like one of the greatest Knicks ever already and all of these things. I have a hard time saying in this debate about
hold on. Shout out to him.
Look at the DJ. Let the DJ save my life.
Get him, Joe.
Save my life from a broken heart.
You have one slow simmer?
That's before your time.
Debate about is Jalen Brunson.
We need to rinse this off over there by the
like
hose.
One of the greatest Knicks ever already and all of these things. I have a hard time saying Jalen Brunson is higher up than Melo because I came in the league underneath Melo. Melo, one of the superstars in the league when I came in. And, just watching Melo my entire life. I feel like one of those old heads that be hating on the younger guys. Like when our generation, when this guy did that, and can never see past that. But I still got to roll with Melo for now. But Jalen Brunson is making his mark.
Shout out to Draymond Green show.
Why? Why?
I don't know. Shout out to Patrick Beverly's show. And just got a video on don't mean your mic muted. That man talking about some barbecue sauce. We should have had the show up there at the Unpredictable.
It should have.
Me love you long time.
Maybe
mute that mic.
What can we get for $10?
Maybe.
Oh, it's Mother's Day. It gotta be rated G. I'm sorry. I apologize.
right.
Man, we not muting nothing. We having everything live. This is real and authentic. That's how we do it, man. We want a real show. Hey, you know what we do on this day? We barbecue.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, is Jalen Brunson, Trigger Man Joe? Has Jalen Brunson?
He picked me first.
Yeah. Pause. Is Jalen Brunson ranked ahead of Carmelo Anthony in Nick status? I said Nick.
Trigger Man, give them stats.
Probably not. He's probably not, but
Hey, baby, ain't no
definitely in
problem.
my book he should be.
Yes or no?
Yes. It ain't even close. You guys are a prisoner of the past. Melo is bigger than Brunson in name and height only. When Melo got to the Knicks, I think they made the playoff like 3 years while he was there. They gave up a haul to get him. So the expectation when they brought Melo to the Garden was to bring a championship back to the. It had been like since the 60s when Reed on the one leg and they got the championship or whatever. They got Brunson as a free agent. Got him for the cheap. And Brunson has been a playoff killer. He's been killing the postseason defenses. He scored 40 in 4 consecutive games. Only Jordan, Bernard King, who I'm missing, and Jerry West wants to do that. So 2 years they've been in the playoffs. The whole time that Melo was there in the playoffs. And name a memorable moment what Melo did. Brunson put the team on his back. Short in stature. AI with those abilities, we'll be praising and bowing down to it, but he light-skinned it. He a little slow, but that left hand be wetting him up. So yes, no doubt. And look at it. Jordan did it. He's the last man to do it. That was 3 decades ago. So many players have been in the playoffs who haven't done what this man is doing. Not Tatum, not Steph, light skin. LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, none of them. Respect on Brunson's name. Out of the disrespect. It will not be tolerated on the show. 0 tolerance for that. Oh, not real death. He lost his wife.
What his wife ain't got nothing to do with his on the court play.
What are you doing?
I just wanted to add that for
we hate his wife on BMF. We want her off BMF. Listen, get him, DSPN, get him.
Number one, you are correct. Melo's first 3 full seasons with the Knicks, they made the playoffs each time.
Okay.
All three.
All right. Only one of them was successful.
We talk about he made the playoffs all 3 times, right? He made the All-Star team every time he was with the Knicks, right?
We talking about the All-Star.
No. He made. We talk about who's ranked higher. Is Melo or Brunson?
You get to a greatness.
Melo has made the All-Star team every year with the Knicks.
Robert Horry.
Man,
that's because the fans vote on that shit.
So how can he be ranked higher then?
The playoff. The playoff is a different animal, man. You become a god in the playoff if you perform at the brightest lights.
What Brunson did last year? What did he do last year? He played with the Knicks last year. What did he do last year? No. See, we a prisoner of the moment. You talking about prisoner of the past?
I ain't never heard that. I ain't never heard nobody say prisoner of the past, but him.
I'm bad like that. You don't hear a lot of stuff like that with homeboy. I said it first. What you talking about? But anyway, they advanced past the first round last year.
Yeah, they did and got beat, and then the very next round got beat by the Heat. Melo did that.
And the Heat went to the finals.
But Melo did that. I'm just saying, it ain't nothing. If Melo played in the league now, matter of fact, let's back up.
Oh yeah, tell him.
Melo did not want to go to New York. New York was the last destination.
You ought to
No,
stop.
You go back and research.
Now he gonna make excuses for Melo. Go ahead.
No. This is no. I'm speaking.
I thought you played safety. I thought you played safety in high school.
Listen. No, stop. I'm speaking to the points that you made, Joe. You said that New York gave up a haul for him. If you give up the whole team, how successful do you expect the team to be? Not too successful. Let's be real. Melo.
What that got to do with what we're talking about?
Hey, let me talk then. When people start getting touched, they start interrupting you.
Make sure they're sharpening you right now.
When you start hitting triggers, Trigger Man and buddies get triggered. They get triggered.
Ain't no triggers. No triggers.
With that being said, the first destination was supposed to go to LA with Chris Paul, but the league and the Cleveland Cavaliers owner said, "Nah, I don't think that's good for the league." He said that. Right. Cleveland Cavaliers GM,
we don't care.
He stopped that. So he didn't get to go where he wanted to go. But George Karl did not like Carmelo Anthony so much that he was not going to let him be successful wherever he went. George Karl made the call to the front office. Yeah, you can trade Melo, but we're not trading him for cheap. So when they sent him to the Knicks and they took all the picks and all the players, and Melo is left there with just a half a version of Amari Stoudemire and a couple rookies,
and a bomb
he still succeeded to the playoffs. They say a successful season is making the playoffs. He did it 3 years in a row. His first 3 seasons. Made all-star team.
What's his stats in the playoffs?
In the playoffs.
We have a game. You got a game winning side of the playoffs. Not about Melo, but his nickname Melo.
In the first 3 seasons, Melo averaged 26 points, which was the best in Knicks history.
You thought DSPN couldn't get it? You thought he
averaged 26.5 points and was the best in Knicks history.
He thought he gonna get the stats that ESPN wasn't gonna get the stats. Joe,
in a sister league now, so
no. We talking about when the East had some teams. The East had a little meat on their bone.
Cooked, Joe.
Hey, DSPN, can I answer this for you? You know why Melo couldn't be successful? It was LeBron James. He had 4 All-Stars on his team. He couldn't get past it.
And he wanted to talk about.
How you gonna be Bosh, Wade, Ray, and LeBron?
Exactly. And you want to talk about some Jalen Brunson. Who Jalen Brunson? Jalen Brunson is going up against the Indiana Pacers. You can't even name me 5. You don't even know where their team went to college. Where they went to college.
How was the East
where they went to college?
LeBron was going to the finals every year. He wanted to
where the Pacers went to college at? What Nimrod went?
He came to the West when the East got strong and the West got weaker. So LeBron, he owned the East, man. Wait till they were strong. They was barbecue chicken.
What Nimrod went to college?
The dream team.
Hold on.
See, my thing is this. What and this is what I ask people.
Why don't want to come to New York and play with Melo? And they want to play with.
Because they traded him away, though. DSPN just said. We were cooking you.
He traded the whole team.
Can I ask one question?
Hold on. Before you ask that one question, y'all want to look for Joe. He in Walmart in the rotisserie. You know the old stuff. Because he got
question. Can I ask one question?
Go ahead.
When LeBron first came in the league with Cleveland, did he go to the playoffs his first year or second?
No, but Melo did. Melo did.
Okay.
And they still gave LeBron Rookie of the Year when it should have been Melo.
Melo to me, man, going on ever since he left college. His only year in college, he took Syracuse and won the championship. Since then, his career been spiraling down.
And that's why he's not in the league no more.
That's why he in the league
Man,
no more.
he had 2.
We can't hear you.
You muted. So, what happened?
You must have my Wi-Fi from earlier. Hey, I want to say this. I think even when I have these, hey, when I have this the debate about the GOAT and things like that, I just think it's the same thing with Melo. What's your standard? Because individually, Melo performed. Now, as a team success, I have to start to say when Jordan didn't perform, he didn't have help. When LeBron didn't perform, he didn't have help. I just think I don't know who did you surround Melo with, because it was an upside down trade, which is not Melo's fault. But who did you surround him with to play with? And when you're playing at that time, even though I say this, LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh, they ruled the East. So when you're running into that buzzsaw in the Miami Heat, and early in his career, he could never advance because he kept facing the Lakers and the Spurs in the first round. So even though somebody might advance further, I got to look at who did you play. And sometimes I just think he had the unfortunate situation of always facing the best team, whereas he never had another true. I can't remember a true all-star that he actually had in his whole career. Kenyon Martin is a nice piece, but he's not going to win games for you. They bought leadership with Chauncey Billups later on, but who was his running mate? Who can we say that was a bona fide star? And I think that individually he balled, but the GM was against him. So it was so much against him, where Jason Brunson, they're surrounding things that one thing I said about worldwide sports. Well, I didn't think that he was going to do a good job, but he's surrounding players that fit him. So individually, I don't think he's better, but what he's doing as a team, right now he's looking better, but they still got to get past the second round because Melo did make it to the second round.
Okay, but if Melo didn't have much around him, shouldn't he have scorched the playoff? He should have just been this blaze.
Well, he did.
He was,
how many more points you want the man to score?
Right.
He scored 26. He averaged.
Let me ask you this question, Joe. I'm on Melo, but I'm not going to even. Hey, I'm not going to even troll. I'm gonna ask you this question. If I say David Robinson, Tim Duncan, LeBron, Wade, Bosh, Kobe, Shaq, can we really say? And the only one you could probably question is Bosh, but can we say for the most part those are top 75 players? In some instances, some of those are top 20 players.
With no Detroit Pistons with no top 75 players.
Yeah, but what I'm saying with Melo is he ran into those teams every single year. You wasn't about to beat Kobe and Shaq. You wasn't about to beat Tim Duncan and Robinson. You wasn't about to beat the Miami Heat. The team that the Pistons finally faced in the championship, he had to see in the first and second round, so it was hard for him to get past those dynasty teams. He was just at the wrong spot at the wrong time, and it was just unfortunate. With no help. Huh?
All right.
Who got rid of him?
Get rid of him.
Well, I said this about Denver. Can I answer that, the host?
Yeah, go ahead. Y'all
this what he was doing so well for the Knicks. Why they got rid of him?
Phil Jackson, because he wanted him to take a pay cut.
Phil Jackson didn't like him.
I have a problem with management when you give the money, but then you try to say they selfish after you gave it. Just don't give it.
Carmelo Anthony had
George
two
Karl
of the.
Didn't like him.
No.
Well, I can say about
Jackson
didn't
like him.
Well, Trigger Man, can I say this, Joe? Can I say this, Joe?
Trend here. He's the common denominator.
Nobody like.
No.
If you go back, nobody like that George Karl.
Man, not a player in not one person stuck up for George Karl to get another coaching job. Where he sitting at the house? He on a podcast like us.
Some of it,
on a
Joe.
podcast like us.
Joe,
Phil Jackson,
some of it.
Phil Jackson didn't get another job. They said he was probably the worst GM in history.
He couldn't even want the job. I just think Joe. Some of it was self-inflicted, but that was more about his personal life. Some of the stuff that David Stern knew what he was doing, but on the court, I just think when Phil Jackson came in, he didn't make the trade. So now you coming in where you done lost all these pieces, and you the highest paid. Phil Jackson was trying to send a message to get rid of him. Now OKC, Houston, I haven't heard anything. I just thought he was washed up.
Couldn't even get in the game. Couldn't even get in the game.
Man, they go back to what he was doing at OKC.
And LeBron
the man was averaging 14 points at OKC. They pulled the rug under him and said, "Hey, we finna go another way." And at that moment, Melo knew they was finna wash him out the league because he was playing very good complimentary ball for Westbrook and Paul George. That man had just dropped, I want to say, 18 points the very next game They played that man 4 minutes. So what is that a result of? That's how they watched all the players out the league.
Well, I'm gonna say this about Melo, Joe, and this is what happened, and I'm gonna agree with you halfway. And Melo talked about it, whereas the commissioner was giving him warnings about who he was dealing with in his personal life. He didn't take heed to it, and so they made an example out of him. Now, based on that, if the commissioner is telling you chill out, and they telling you when you wake up, when you use the bathroom, what you had for breakfast, what your homeboys did around the corner, at this point you got to make a choice. And to me, he made the wrong choice personally, and it affected him professionally.
All right,
but I ain't going with Jalen Brunson.
Let me get this out. Great players don't make excuses; they get results. LeBron James
make excuses.
He took Cleveland Cavaliers. You can't name no star player that was on that
LeBron
team,
made excuses.
And he went to the finals.
The GM made excuses.
Hey, Allen Houston did that.
Made excuses.
We're not comparing Melo to
But the
LeBron.
99 Knicks, Trail Sprewell, they lost their best player, Patrick Ewing.
We ain't talking about back then. We talking about right now.
But I'm talking about if you great, you great. He ain't great. Not great.
If
a
GM called to stop a trade that would have teamed up Kobe, Melo, and CP3, a GM, the same GM that let LeBron go to Miami. Y'all stopped one, but a lot of other. Come on, man. That's excuses.
J.R. Smith was on that team. You know who J.R. Smith is.
He was a rookie. He came
what
in
college
young.
he go to now?
He came in young.
North Carolina A&T.
Yeah.
He came in
golf.
young.
He got here and talk about golf, man. The man playing golf. A drunk golf. Oh, he ain't drunk no more. I'm sorry. Listen, we're gonna let y'all in the comments,
and
man.
Then the Detroit Pistons chose the dude from overseas over Carmelo Anthony.
Man, Jalen Brunson wasn't supposed to be on the Knicks if they could have got Spider-Man. Come on, we got 100 more miles to go though. Next topic, man. Y'all let us know, man, what y'all think.
For what? Austin Rivers.
Another
you know I love you.
Austin
They call
Rivers.
out Austin
light
Rivers.
skin.
For what?
This another
Austin
light
Rivers.
skin moment.
You know I love you. We can't play football.
Yeah, we can.
No,
right.
we can't.
Yeah, we
no,
can.
we can't.
Shut
Austin
up.
Rivers,
Yeah.
you're doing
Austin,
a great
you're
job.
Right.
But to say that we got 30 or 40 NBA players who can go play in the NFL.
Oh, we can't play football? Stand up right now. I dare you to stand right now.
Shaq, football is a Shaq.
Stand up right there right now.
Football is a grown man's sport. We're
right now. Let me show you.
Shaq, you got something for you.
And Diggs, driver for the that was for the Packers. He lit in the go check that out on TikTok or wherever. But like and subscribe and share this and follow on YouTube. But go check that out. Diggs went in on Austin Rivers. So we got NFL versus NBA. I need each of you guys to give me your five NFL players and your 5 NBA players that you would swap sports and they will be successful in the other sport. Since you got a lot to talk about, Triggerman Joe, we'll let you start off.
I done started 3 topics already. What you trying to?
Hey,
wait,
you started life before all of us, so.
Damn. Boy, I tell you, when we went on the air, I'd say something, boy. Shout out to the light skin. All right, let's go with the NFL. Number 1 on my paper, Travis Kelce. He thought he would get a scholarship in basketball in college. Played quarterback in high school. He runs routes on the football field that's a basketball crossover style or whatever. So he's my number 1. And with that note, Gonzalez played basketball, Hall of Famer. Antonio Gates played basketball, Hall of Famer. Make it to the NBA. Undrafted NFL Hall of Famer. Travis Kelce going to be a Hall of Famer too. And Jimmy Graham, he's not going to be a Hall of Famer, but he held when he well. Right now he's sick. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. YouTube video and stuff. He had skills. 3-sport star in high school. And we can't forget, we on the topic of quarterbacks, Joe Burrow. He first team All State in the state of Ohio. Cool. After he put on that display in the Celebrity All-Star game, I went back and Googled him, and that boy was a menace to society. So shout out to him. And my last is T. Higgins. He was a star shooting guard, and he can go back and play. He can play in the NBA right now too. He's 6'4", spot-up shooter, knockdown shooter. Klay Thompson like. NFL.
Hold on. We'll go everybody NFL first, and then we'll go back to the basketball player. That's gonna be hard to beat. Pause. That lineup he did. He's trying to uncook himself. DSPN, what you got? NFL players that could be in the league.
My center would be Myles Garrett. Power forward, it would be Jimmy Graham. Small forward, I would probably have Puka.
Graham ain't in the league.
Cool. Huh?
Graham ain't in the league.
Who?
Jim Graham.
He was last
Jim
year.
Graham in the league. He probably be back by the 5th game.
I mean,
you know how the Saints do.
He has not retired yet. But Puka cool.
Right.
I would probably have then CJ Stroud and Mahomes. CJ Stroud, Puka, Jimmy Graham, Myles Garrett.
So some of y'all got y'all list was kind of the same. Clutch, what you got?
I got Myles Garrett as my my number one because the videos of him playing pickup ball, he is a beast, and in the celebrity games he is a beast. My second is going to be Julius Peppers, who played for UNC.
He retired.
He actually played in the NCAA tournament. So
current player.
Okay. You said Antonio Gates. You said Antonio Gates. He ain't currently playing.
That was a sidebar with the tight ends. I'll say Travis Kelce.
Okay, well,
hey, next week wear a referee shirt, Trigger Man Joe.
Yeah. All my players
I asked the question in the notes. I said current.
I got Antonio.
We knew who was gonna do it.
I got Antonio Gates from Mississippi State. I see. I
went
old
to Mississippi
school.
State.
Michigan State. I'm sorry. Michigan State. Come on, man. I got Antoine Randall L. from Indiana. He was a two-sport player. He's thrived in both sports, and he I think he can make a difference in the NBA. And Tony Gonzalez. He played basketball and chose football over basketball. So those are my 5.
The real unpredictable. Do what he want to do. He the real unpredictable. Now
there you go. Because guess what? I had a lot of stuff going on, and I could have load management like LeBron. But I got to step up and be better. Now my list. I thought it was. I did a little bit of current of both, but I missed the meeting. But that was my fault. So now my list consists of Kelsey. I think he's a beast. Don't let the paint job fool you. That's what I always tell people. You still got Joe Burrow. You go watch him. 6'4" shooting guard, / point guard. Was a baller. Had a chance to play both sports. Then I also look at. I'm coming back to you, Joe. The guy T. Higgins, the one that sold down in fantasy football last year, getting him in 4 leagues.
Let it go.
You saw him, but a beast. So sometimes you got to go out there and look. He was a beast. No doubt. And then, so then I did go a little old school because, and I just talked about him a couple of days ago, and that was Julius Peppers. And one thing, the reason why I'm saying this, even though I got it confused, so I do apologize, fans. I remember watching Carlos Boozer in college and in the program.
He was for nothing, man.
He was a physical beast, and nobody could really nobody can physically compete with him. And when I saw Julius Peppers come off that football field, and manhandle Carlos Boozer, I knew it was a different situation. And that's what told me that basketball players don't want that smoke. Because one thing about basketball players, they are taller, but they're looking at these jacked up football players. And at the end of the day, they don't want none. So they don't want that smoke. And then to me, the one that actually I had Ronald Curry because he actually did. I think we forget about that young man. Had a chance to play both, but he actually he did fairly well in both football and basketball. And for him to go play football, but come back to the North Carolina Tar Heels and lead the team as a point guard, it said a lot. So that was my 5. So I went with Pat, but everybody was in the 2000s. It was after Y2K.
Okay, it was good if we would have put that, but yeah, but
what you got, homeboy? What you got?
That was a great list. That was a great list.
What you got? What you
homeboy? Of course, I got Myles Garrett. He jumping out the gym. But that's the only one. That's the only one that I share with you all. You hype beasts that they got the same thing going on. Then I got Anthony Richardson. His moves on the field. And I saw him play some pickup ball. Anthony Richardson, the quarterback for the Colts. I think he can do some things in the league. I got Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts of the Atlanta Falcons. Maybe he could touch the ball more in the NBA. And
wow.
Maybe he get more touches in the NBA and can do some things. And I said touch the ball. Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, did he?
And I got Cole Beasley. I think Cole Beasley's still in the league. I don't know.
Cole Beasley? Cole Beasley?
Cole Beasley. What?
Cole Beasley.
Was he balling like that?
5'8", dunking, jumping out of the gym at 5'8". Because I wanted to put a little Caucasian flavor on my team. And this person hasn't retired. He's not in the league, but he hasn't retired. He jumping out the gym, he dunking, and I'm not gonna say that. Henry Ruggs the third. I've seen Henry Ruggs.
I can't believe you brought him up, man.
What college he went to?
On a show like this.
What college he went to? I know what high school he went to.
You such a
I know what high school he went to.
I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Shut up. Alabama. He went to Alabama, boy.
I don't care nothing about the Tide.
Shout out to Robert E. Lee, man. He went to Robert E. Lee. He was dunking and jumping out the gym then. But his best friend told him, hey, and some teammates, hey, stay football. Just don't come back on the court no more, because you will be a better football player. But that man
Where you guys from?
Alabama?
You, Jeff Davis, right?
Me? Yeah, not Jag. Not Jag.
He's our greatest robber maybe not in your time. So why you gassing up?
Hey, cause he from the Gump, man. Shout out to the North. He from the Gump. But listen, all right, Trigger Man, who are your NBA players that you would put on a football roster?
I don't trust nobody in the NBA to go into the pros and really be about nothing but the best I can do. Dort for OKC, the way he moved, great feet. I think he could probably play cornerback or slot corner. Tenacity, toughness, everything that the NFL player. I got Ant-Man. The thing about him, his demeanor, his attitude, his aggression. Yeah, for nobody. Playing the sport he want to. I got Ant-Man as well. I got one of his teammates, Nas Reed. I just go about business on the court, no nonsense guy. So I just think he's some type of killer we don't even know about. Fun things, of course. You seen the high school tape; he was phenomenal. I would have been
trash.
He's been a solid NFL player. In NFL, you get hit, man. NBA players don't like being hit. and he's one of the world's most famous floppers in the NBA. But he got the skill set to play in the NFL. And last but not least, I got De'Aaron Fox. He's extremely fast, so I probably have him as a pace back or a slot receiver because you ain't gonna be able to stay with him in tight quarters.
Pause. Hey, another great list, Joe. I think you're leading the way on this one. Clutch, what you got?
Thank you, Ken.
Well, once again, I didn't follow the instructions, so I'm going old school.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah. First on my list is Allen Iverson.
Oh yeah.
Allen Iverson. He was an extraordinary quarterback, and he just like a Jamal Holloway. He could have went. Boy, hey, he could have did his thing.
Back in the league, he wouldn't play quarterback in the league.
Yes, he would have.
You can't see over the line.
That's what I'm saying.
LeBron James is my second. We all, like Joe said, we seen the high school highlights, so I ain't gonna speak too much on that. You know, my third is gonna be Charlie Ward.
That's what they.
I knew that was coming.
we would have picked him if we were allowed.
Right. Yeah. Well, hey, I'm allowed to. Charlie Ward from Florida State. My next one is going to be he will be a great tight end in the league. Is Anthony Mason from the Charlotte Hornets.
Go ahead, pick Charles Oakley. I mean, you got it.
And my hold up.
It's like 2K when they playing with the All-Star lineup, the all team.
And my fifth one would actually be Draymond Green because he actually played a little tight end at Mississippi State. He didn't do too well.
That boy was garbage. That man was garbage.
You're a tough man on the basketball court.
Yeah.
He a windy softness.
Man, I seen a clip today where he got jailed on the line by a 120-pound quarterback.
Well, we know what two people ain't gonna be invited on the Draymond Green podcast, but I will represent such a lineup.
Had that conversation said they were gonna put Draymond Green at defensive end. I think it was Shannon Sharp and Shannon Sharp and Ocho. And then Shannon Sharp said we're gonna run his way and run for 400 yards. We ain't passing the ball. We're gonna keep running his way.
Oh yeah. Unpredictable. Who you got, man?
Well, first of all, I don't respect none of them on the basketball court because I say that they selfish tissue. But if I had to choose, I've always said this. The first one would be Russell Westbrook. He's just an athlete.
That's a good one.
All the way around. I just think he's a beast. I think he's been overrated. I think we need to put underrated. I'm sorry. I think we need to put some respect on that man's career. The second one is Marcus Smart. Because to me, when I watch him, he's a football player playing basketball in that court. Because when I say he get it, he rough him up, no did it. But guess what? They don't want to see no part of this young man. I just think that I believe he's a football player that's playing basketball, and he's out there to physically inflict pain on some of them young men. No diddy. All right.
Real good one.
Yeah. Now my other one, I did have De'Aaron Fox. I just think that he got the feet work. When you watch his feet work, he's ideal for football. Slot receivers, corner, running back. I just think he's an athlete all the way around. I just think when he was born, he said it was just a matter of what sport he wanted to play. And that was my opinion. The other one, I don't like him because I think I don't know. He's just bad for New Orleans business. And that's Zion, because that young man is a freight train. And when he saw LeBron James, he went right at him with no mercy. Zion is at the end of the day, he's a big boy, but he's about 6'6", about 280. And I just think that all around he plays with aggression when he's actually on the court. He's an ideal football player. He's has the size, the footwork, dating porn stars. He got all the characteristics of a football player. Jimmy G.
You had to throw that in, huh?
Oh yeah, I will, because I am who I am. And Zion, hey, if you didn't like it, I'm gonna be in New Orleans soon. I ain't hard to find. All right, next, the last one, I think that was 4. That's who I had. And my last one, I don't know. I watch him and I just think he's real smooth. Jalen Brunson. I don't know. He's not the most athletic football player. I mean, basketball player, but he plays with so much heart. And when you're a football player, you got to play through injuries. You got to play with heart. And Brunson has, he's not a short man by society, but for the sport he plays with little man syndrome, but he channels it the right way. Like, hey, I'm smaller than you, but it's gonna be a long day. So to me, I have respect for him. I can't put him. I like me some Melo, especially Lala. But I like him. And you know who? I wish somebody would have played football. And that's LeBron James, so they could have took him out a long time ago.
Oops, there it is.
I thought he was gonna miss. Hey, y'all watching this great podcast? Rewind it a little bit and see that Clutch just pooped.
I heard something. I didn't know what it was.
Hey, I'm gonna clip this anyway. Rewind it about a minute.
Man, it was a burp, man. It was a burp.
Oh, okay. We knew it. We knew it came from Florida, Will. That's a great list, unpredictable. And you took a couple off my list. I don't like that. My list, I got Anthony Edwards, 6'4", 225 with a 6'9" wingspan, and he is a dog. So that's why I think Anthony Edwards could fit in the league. I went with Zion, and my stats say just cause, and he could eat all the beignets he wanted. You know, if he was in the NFL.
Jamal Russell.
But now we're gonna put Zion on defense.
Zion get hurt in the first quarter. He missing games in the NBA. Can't stay on the field. You can't make the club being in the hot and cold tub. How does the saying go?
And I had Russell Westbrook, put him at safety because he gonna get any tackle he can get. He gonna run them stats up, and he has a crazy motor. Pause. But Russell Westbrook is a beast. And I got Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs was offered by UGA, the University of Georgia, but he chose to play basketball at quarterback. He was offered, so I got him. And then since I was following the rules, I was gonna pick a player that what's his name? DJ from NC State. He's not in the league yet though. Yeah, I think what's his last name? DSP
Burns.
Yeah, DJ Burns. I can and he's a dog. He got a motor, but
I'm following. You a DJ and he a DJ.
I'm following the rules. So I went with Giannis. I think Giannis, his ambition and his ability to what he did to get in the NBA, I think he could do to get in the NFL, and he has grown to a grown man. Pause. But
name one successful 6'9", 6'10" in the NFL.
The Broncos quarterback. The Broncos quarterback. Okay, we all gave out our teams.
Which no?
You didn't give out your NFL? My bad.
That's how you do.
He was off camera. I didn't know.
Yeah, and then I hate that y'all took so many of my players already. But wide receiver, I would definitely have Giannis. Safety, I would definitely have Russell Westbrook. Quarterback, I was definitely going to say Jalen Suggs, but I'm going to go a different route, and I'm going to say Luke Kennard. He was actually a phenomenal quarterback in his heyday.
Really?
Dookies. for my, and I say this because I would play him like I play Deebo Samuel, but Ja Morant.
Definitely football
And
player, got guns.
and did for defense, I would definitely have, I'm gonna say 2 because I definitely feel Zion would be a great DN, but on the other side, I would definitely have Julius Randle.
I can see him better than Michelin Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I like that list.
So I gave y'all a couple extra since my player was getting named.
okay, so with all our players we name on both sides, who would have the most success? The NBA players going to the NFL, or the NFL players going to the NBA?
NFL to NBA easily.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the NBA that's going to NFL.
Wow. Man, you ain't been hit the 5-10 years. Do you think you finna go out there on that
I'm
field?
saying go with. I'm just taking 5 of the best names that we said. Giannis, Giannis touchdowns. Man, he's not. Ain't nobody out jumping Giannis. I will play him like Randy Moss. I will play Giannis like Randy Moss. He ain't as fast, but he cover a lot of ground.
Name one successful player that tall.
No.
Hey, Can they go to the league?
They choose where they need to go.
Go ahead though.
I mean,
Harold Carmichael. I think he was real tall for the.
Julius Randle reminds me of the guy back in the day that played for the Eagles. I can't remember that DN that played Javon Curse. Julius Randle reminds me a lot of Javon Curse. Quarterback, I think quarterback kind of goes. Quarterback goes unsaid. They do enough.
Once in a lifetime player. Go back and look at his stats. That was a generational talent.
Trigger Man, what you got? Who you got? NFL players going to the league or NBA players going to NFL?
NFL to the NBA, man. NFL to the NBA.
What you got, Clutch?
You need to be short and sweet. It's just, if you haven't been hit in a long time.
And if you can't shoot, all we got to do is play off.
Facts. NBA players are more.
Can shoot though. They can't show. They can. I'm doing one off season. They work on their craft. They in there.
Hold on. I said Clutch. Clutch? You said what did you say?
NFL to the NBA.
You said NFL players to the NBA.
Yep.
What you think unpredictable? Then we'll come back to Trigger Man Joe.
All right. I think I think it's easy to go from the NFL to the NBA once you're on the team, because with respect, I know they bought his name up, Patrick Beverly. With respect to Patrick Beverly, in the NBA, everybody doesn't have to be a scorer to be in the NBA. So if you look at, like somebody said, Myles Garrett, 6'7", 280, he can guard anybody on the court. Because like somebody like the Joker uses physical size, but Myles Garrett is just as physical. So he can play a role of defense. He doesn't necessarily have to be a scorer. He can be defense and sneak behind people and become
Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman.
So you could box out, get rebounds. So there's so many things that you can do to be successful in the NBA compared to the NFL, where somebody take a cheap shot on you, you probably career over it. Like Jamal Murray, you couldn't throw a towel on the football field, think you're going to be around for next Sunday. So it's just a different mindset, a different build. And I think, I just think NFL players are more suited because those basketball players, they're long, they're lengthy, and they're fragile.
Okay, so Joe, you got your answer for 167 player that is successful in the league, but you had some more to say, Joe?
I ain't say 6'7". I said
6'8",
like 6'9" and above, 16. Yeah.
Oh, so 2 inches.
Yeah, there's
pause.
A video on TikTok where the linebacker from Auburn that played in the league, Takeo Spikes. And he talked about Brian Dawkins, and Brian Dawkins pregame saying that I want to see if these guys play football. I'm gonna check their heart. I'm gonna check their soul. Player, the receiver was trying to catch the ball for Green Bay, and he unloaded on him and stood on the top of it. And he said, "Thank you, Jesus." I said, "Man, what's wrong with this man? I want what he owns." But the point I'm trying to make that there's a certain way you have to be built to play in the league, man. You might have played in high school, you maybe played in Pee Wee, but pro is a whole different. You have guys with college to be talents in college, you know, they have all these records and stuff, get to the pros and be a bust. That's just how hard the league is.
The league is known as
you see a clip where Barkley or McCaffrey or that go to the sideline and somebody bam, and you wonder if they're gonna get up. It's such a brutal sport, man. Car wrecks all the time. It's just I think that beautiful life in the NBA can to the pros.
It's a car wreck.
Maybe a tight end.
Yeah, it's a car wreck. It is a car wreck more than likely in the NBA. But that's just two players. If I'm playing wide receiver, I know how to get down. I ain't gotta keep taking them. I can get down.
So we had three.
You can play in the NFL and be on the bench for a lifetime.
Man, it's only 15 roster spots in the NBA compared to 56, 52 in the NFL. Well, it's more chances to be in the NFL than in the NBA.
What's the money on it?
Oh, wait, what you want on?
53 versus 52.
I want to say this. I think even as we're talking about it, as we're talking about this transition of who can do what, it's limited on both sides because for the most part, I think a tall receiver or a long athletic defensive end, they can play basketball. We've seen them on the high school level. I think even now today, compared to, because I think the players are shorted today because there's no true center. So today you can get away with a 6'6", 230 Draymond on every team. See, Rodman was special, but there was only one Rodman, 6'7", 230. Today, there's 6'7", 230 power forwards around the league. So you got to think, if they're 6'7", 230, imagine with, what's the guy named for Denver? Played with Arizona in college. The power forward. In the dunk contest. Gordon he's athletic. He can jump out the gym. But he's 6'7", 6'8", 230. I can get the defensive end for Cleveland to do that at 40 pounds heavier, who can actually go down physically. I'm not saying the height-wise, but physically go down and guard Joker. To me, I think we made so much of Antonio Gates and Jimmy Graham, two people that never played football, but we forget the best college player went on and had a good career in the NBA. That was Charlie Ward. So you got to think the number one college player in football, the Heisman Trophy winner, wasn't good enough to get drafted in football, but he was able to get drafted the first round in the Knicks. These other two guys just walked on, and so they came at the right time. But was Gates really a basketball player, or was he a tight end the whole time, masquerading as a basketball player? I think some people are masquerading.
Okay, so we had three to pick the NFL. DSPN.
Somebody using
that's not me. That ain't me.
You was on mute. You was on mute. I knew.
Yeah, that is not ESPN.
Damn, clutch. You all over there?
It was slow too. It was slow. We know. It was.
Damn. My bad.
It was slow. It was slow. DSPN. We know it ain't too, young man.
I thought I was muted.
That boy pissing in Morse code. 1, 2, 3.
That's the crap of help. Oh my goodness.
I thought I was muted.
I thought I was
muted, man. My bad.
Yeah.
Man, you been burping, farting, hissing.
I went inside to
baby.
I went inside to
Saturday
get my
night.
light. I went inside to
Turn
get
up
my
on
light
Saturday
so I
night,
can
man. But
so I
listen,
could be a little
I
lighter.
was gonna side with DSPN because I have seen NBA players play. Shout out to Twin them from Lanier. My
They
mind.
couldn't make it.
Nope.
First of all, we don't not talk about nobody from. Do you know how good you got to be on the 13th, 15th man in the NBA? I was gonna go on y'all side till you just said that. Do you know
JJ
how
Barrera?
good you have to be? DSPN Courtney Fortson. You know how good he was and is, and how
Never heard of him.
good player.
I watched him his whole career.
He's so good, I never heard of him.
Mr.
And guess what happened?
He was Mr. Alabama. Just know that.
And
Mr.
And
Alabama.
he was so good, he should be on the football field the whole time.
No, he went to
He
the
played
NBA. Man, you really because I can't think about the
They'll be
player
on the
that
practice squad in
And
the NFL. They wouldn't be playing in the NFL. They'd be on the practice squad.
Matter of fact, Trigger Man Joe, I want you to go on YouTube once we get off and pull up the highlights. Courtney Fortson versus Chris Paul. Watch how he cooked him.
and exactly, and it's a skill set to play basketball. You can be big, but you can't get no. Charles Barkley 6'4" and was getting rebounds like crazy. It's a skill to that. So I'm back.
Oh, no
to the
doubt. No
NBA.
doubt.
Hey, can I say this again? And I say this.
Let the
I don't know
audience
how.
have a poll. Put a
guess what?
poll out there for the audience.
If right now, I'm gonna go back and say this. If me and JJ Redick the same exact age and we playing basketball, guess what? JJ Redick on 5-on-5, he would smoke me. 1-on-1 and he missed, he's not getting the ball back. Because guess what? I'm going to play football with him. And if you think some white boy from Duke is going to outmuscle me, you got another thing coming. So the only thing I'm saying is, again, Joe, hear me out. 5-on-5, I can't guard that man.
Why you gotta be
1-on-1,
white?
because guess what? I picked him purposely.
Well, the league ain't 1-on-1.
He ain't been hired for the Lakers yet.
No.
He ain't been hired for the Lakers yet. Man, you
This is
believe
what I'm
that?
trying to say, Joe.
What that
Joe,
man
this is
just
what I'm trying to say, Joe.
said?
You ready? This is what I'm trying to say.
You remember? Go ahead.
This is what I'm trying to say. The reason why I'm so confident in JJ Redick, I'm going to out-muscle him. He's not used to somebody pounding. No, did he? I'm throwing bowls, and I'm playing out the way.
He highly skilled.
He is, but he's not high. Know what I am? I'm highly strong, and when I run through him, he would have to make a business decision.
Gotcha. Understand.
The reason you picked JJ Redick.
Gino made a good point. How skilled you have to be in order to make the roster in the NBA. And there's a player that was in Boston. I forgot what his nickname was, but it's Brian Scalabrine. Man, he went in the gym and was roasting the best black players in that gym, in that area and stuff, because they thought he couldn't play because he didn't play in the NBA. He on the bench, he white, no muscles. Barbecuing them, mixing and cooking them in the pot like gumbo.
He was also 5 inches taller.
I mean, you got the N1 mixtape. You got, basketball is the most.
I would say this in respect to the basketball players, in respect to them.
You rather
What's the
down
guy
that let him
go
win
ahead, guess
on
what? You know how many times, and most of us live in Bama, and I don't know if Clutch remember him. Most of us saw Sammy Coates, and we would say he's hot garbage.
Yeah,
but guess what? Go out there and guard him and see what happens. So we can say the same thing about football players.
Where he from?
I don't know.
Leroy, Alabama.
I ain't know Sammy Coates was from Bama.
So, but I guess I could take a guy like Sammy Coates.
The Cowboys signed it. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Hey, I could take a guy like Sammy Coates.
My favorite Brian.
Oh, yeah, Brian. This time,
not right now, but they did sign him.
All right,
I could take a guy like Sammy Coates and say, hey, we all could sit there, even in our heyday, and say he's garbage, but we can't guard him no more than he guards Scalabrine. So it's the same thing on both ends.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it in the All-Star game. Let's just have an All-Star game with NBA players versus NFL
Man, you put a
players.
poll out there. Put a poll, let the people speak. What
You
they
keep
got to
talking about a
say.
poll. Yeah. Usually they say you crazy. They say that man Trigger man crazy. That's what they usually say in the comments. We're gonna put a
Make sure they
poll out.
say certified crazy. Closed caption, certified crazy.
But we'll put that down. Y'all let us know which ones will be more successful NBA players going to
Love to hear your
football and
feedback.
football players going to NBA.
What about this, Gino? I'm gonna pose this question as we move on. I'm gonna take the Cowboys linebacker. What's his name? From Penn
Parsons.
State.
Michael Parsons.
Is it easier for Michael Parsons to go to the NBA and become Patrick Beverly, or is it easier for Patrick Beverly to go to NFL and be Michael Parsons? Let's keep that in mind.
Michael Parsons already said he
We
getting
can get
20 in the
anybody to
league.
guard somebody. You don't have to score points. You can go out there and get eight rebounds, 8 assists, 6 fouls.
You know how it is to get a rebound? Okay, man.
Michael Parsons.
Man, you trying to say the NBA game is tougher than the NFL?
Them NFL players is not finna step on that court and drop 15, 20 points. It's hard to score in the
But the
league.
NBA ain't gonna be able to get on the field in the NFL. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They make the
Okay,
practice
We're
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
We got about 20
NBA
miles
players
left.
don't stand a
We got 20
freaking
miles left?
chance. I'm sorry.
What
We
we
got about
missing?
20 miles left.
What we missing?
We will do this is a basketball show. We just had to throw a little football in there. NBA playoff player challenge. NBA playoff player challenge. I will give you the name of one of these players. Then I will name players. And you say yes or no if you would take the player that I just named over the player that I first named to play for you in a playoff series. You got it. You got it, Clutch? You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Clutch, going with you first.
Drum roll, please.
Jalen Brunson. That's your player, Jalen Brunson, for your playoff series.
I'm keeping him.
You keeping him over everybody?
Oh, gee,
No,
I'm
no,
keeping
no,
him.
no, 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 not
Oh,
over
okay.
everybody.
All right. Let me name.
Okay, go. All right.
Joker or Jalen?
Joker.
Luka or Jalen?
Jalen.
Okay. Okay, I didn't know you were gonna go that quick. Pause. Let's say Shay, SGA, your favorite.
New favorite player.
Yeah.
Shay or who?
Jalen, the first
Brunson.
player. It's getting late.
Jalen.
Okay. Anthony Edwards or Jalen?
Ant-Man.
Okay. So we got you pick Luka and Ant-Man in front of Jalen. Okay.
And Joker.
All right. Oh, you picked Joker too?
Yeah,
Oh,
Joker.
yeah. That was the very first one you picked?
No, he didn't. No,
Yes, he
didn't.
did. He said
I
Joker.
picked Joker.
He said Joker over Brunson.
Yes, he said
Okay.
Joker. Ant-Man.
No, I didn't say Joker over Brunson.
He didn't.
Go back and look.
Go back and watch. Go back and watch the tape. Just go back and watch the tape.
I can clip it. I can clip
y'all
it.
20. I bet both y'all 20 right now.
I bet too.
Sign it up.
Bet 20. Bet 20. Bet you. 20 bet you.
Bet.
All right, bet's good. Because I heard what you heard.
You said it. You want it? You want some of it? You don't want none. You better scratch that.
All right.
Look.
Don't worry about it. We're going to clip it, cuz.
Well, I'm going to get my 20 off for Gino.
I want my 22.
Do you know what you said, Clutch?
No, he don't.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know what I said.
What you said?
Put some on it.
All right, listen. All right, next. All right,
Man,
don't
finish
worry about
it.
that.
Go, we'll do this at the end, man. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. DSPN, you have Halliburton. You got Halliburton. Would you pick Joker over Halliburton?
Joker.
Luka over Halliburton.
Luka.
SGA over Halliburton.
SGA.
SGA.
Tatum over Halliburton.
Halliburton.
Okay. Unpredictable. You wait. Okay, unpredictable. You have
LeBron James.
Jalen Brown. These are
I want.
players in the playoffs.
Oh, okay, because I
He
wasn't gonna
played. He
pick
played.
no. I wasn't gonna pick LeBron James for nothing except for Taco Tuesday.
J, uh, uh, you got Jalen Brown, unpredictable.
Okay,
Joker over Jalen Brown.
Joker.
Luca over Jalen Brown.
No,
So who you got, Luca or Jalen Brown?
He
He
got
said
Jalen
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 Brown.
Brown. You
Brown
heard him
over
say
Jalen
no.
Brown.
Luca.
You heard
Yeah.
the
Okay,
Over
man say no.
Luca.
He
okay.
better than Tatum
I
too.
want to
Luca
make
is
sure.
fat, out of shape, and he's about to flame out.
Okay,
Mm.
go ahead, man.
I didn't expect it to start that. SGA over Jalen Brown.
Ooh, that might be a wash for me, but I'm gonna go with Jalen. He's been doing it longer.
Tatum.
Brown.
Yep, easy.
Brunson.
I ain't no
I'm gonna go
killer,
with
but don't
Brunson
push
only
me.
because I'm gonna go with Brunson because Brown been taking the back seat to Tatum. I'm gonna go with Brunson.
Spider Mitchell.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Number 1, 2
I'm gonna
guard
go
in the
with
league.
I'm gonna go with Brown only because he has more length and they play the same position ultimately.
Anthony
Pause.
Anthony Edwards.
Ooh, my I can't take oh I can't play with Ant-Man. We put some spec on that name right there.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
And I would take every one of those players over LeBron James
Heard it here first.
Who was next,
and his
man?
son.
Trigger
Who was
man,
next?
Joe.
He
Trigger
already
man.
know
Trigger
who. He
Man.
already know who next is.
Trigger Man Joe.
He got
Kyrie.
selected
Kyrie
amnesia.
Irving. Kyrie Irving is your player. Would you take Joker over Kyrie?
Yes.
Luca over Kyrie.
Yes.
SGA over Kyrie.
When I say yes, I'm taking the Joker over Kyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay, all
got it.
right. I'm making sure. Who you just said?
SGA.
Give me Kyrie.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, give me
That's
We
Kyrie. I
don't
fine.
have
love
to
that
ask.
boy, but
I agree.
my boy got too much playoff
Yeah.
experience, and he's just a killer, man. He's from a different planet
Okay.
and world.
So we only have to ask
Next.
you Tatum. We don't have to ask you about Tatum.
Oh, you're barbecue chicken. Come on, man. Bomb.
Brunson over Kyrie.
Even as this historic pace Brunson been on, I got to still go with Kyrie. The boy is.
And this man.
My boy got papers, man. He got ice running through his vein. And a shot he don't like, he practiced for every shot on the court. He in harmony with the ball and with the world. Shout out, Kyrie Irving.
Spider Mitchell.
Give me Spider.
Wow.
Yes.
Anthony Edwards.
Did Spider score seven some points in the game? Then
Yeah.
yeah.
Anthony
Is it?
Edwards.
Ant-Man.
Okay. So you'll take okay.
Yeah.
All right. I had one more for the milkman, the milk cart man. I need
We'll do it collectively.
yeah. Y'all name it all out together. All right. Anthony Edwards is the player.
Okay.
Joker.
Ant-Man.
Edwards. Ant-Man.
Joker.
Wow, y'all. Wow. Luca.
Give me Joker.
I can't play with,
Joker.
yeah.
Luca.
Give me Ant-Man.
Ant-Man over Luca.
Ant-Man over Luca.
Yeah.
Are they unanimous?
No, Joe picked
I picked the Joker.
He picked the Joker, yeah.
We got the Joker. I mean, all right, Luke.
We
Hold on. All
want
right.
Luca.
Give me Luca.
There's two Lucas.
I'm gonna go with Luca.
Clutch, what you got? Luca or Ant-Man?
Shit. Ant-Man.
Unpredictable.
Ant-Man.
2-2.
Come on, man, make a decision. Red tape.
I'm gonna go with Ant-Man. Just
Ain't
because
like you going. It ain't like you going to the hospital to see your first child be born.
man, look, you ain't said that the clutch took 3 minutes.
I'm saying to you, light skin. I'm saying to you though, light skin. Why you trying to write?
Tatum or Ant-Man?
Oh,
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Everybody.
S-
Ant-Man. Come on.
SGA or Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
Wow.
Ain't no wow.
So he the new face of the league. Ant-Man is, because we had
Not
Tatum
yet.
up. I mean,
He
not Tatum.
called 2 more years. 2 more years.
Brunson or Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Sound like a song, no?
Y'all, oh wow.
Bronny or
That's a bad
Ant-Man?
too.
Ant-Man.
He didn't play well the other night though. He
That who the
disappointed me.
Lakers gonna pick?
I thought he was about to take over the game.
Else? Anybody else you got a name?
Well, it's the first game he hasn't played well out of 9 games.
Yep.
Hey, you know who hadn't been talked about?
Who?
Ja Morant. It's like he just disappeared off the face of the NBA planet.
That's what happened.
We need, when he out the game, we need his name not to be mentioned.
Right.
Only time his name was mentioned in 2004 was shout out to the Hooper that be doing
2004.
24.
24, whatever year it is, man. Come on, man.
I mean,
you always correcting somebody, man.
I mean, Drake mentioned him.
Drake that's what I
mentioned him.
said. Shout out to the
BBL Drizzy.
But shout out to Ja Morant and
A
SGA
minor.
and Ant-Man. I think by June we'll have the new face of the NBA.
I mean, but still, a Minnesota Timberwolves, Memphis Grizzlies playoff series is much needed for the sport.
And y'all trying to diss Spider. You see what he did Boston the other night. And there's been plenty of times throughout the last couple of seasons how he just take over a game and get El Flago. He the number one
Man, we
superstar in the
know.
league, man.
Hold on.
Boston gonna nut up every year. Boston gonna do what Boston do. Ain't nobody got no faith
Did that
in
game
Boston.
started? What's going on in the game?
Yeah, game started.
Yeah, we finna get up out of here, man. Go ahead. You
I
said
love
AA and then
Spider.
you turn the TV out. Okay.
I love Spider Boy. Yeah, he got it. I'm winning my parlay because of Spider. But go ahead.
Oh yeah. All right. One more, just between two players, because we talking about the Knicks and all that. Jalen Brunson there. Jalen Brunson or Spider Mitchell?
Spider for me.
Mitchell.
Spidey.
They better not let him go to New York next year.
What's that, Clip?
I'm gonna stick with Jalen.
But y'all know the Knicks wanted Jalen Brunson over. I mean, they wanted Spider Mitchell over Jalen Brunson.
Absolutely.
Jalen Brunson was just Jalen Brunson was just the
Sometimes
you can't. Sometimes you leave the club, you can't take what you want. You just take what you can get.
You got experience. You got some experience in that.
Hey, Jeff. If y'all don't,
Hey, I will shout out to Jeff Teague, man. Jeff Teague has one of the most authentic and greatest podcasts out there. And it's real, like you can listen to that man tell stories all day. But he told a story about how he was in the league when he was with the Atlanta Hawks and he thought he was about to get ready to be traded or let go. He said the GM came in and told him how much he did not like him. So he hated his guts. He hated everything about him. He hated the way that he walked. He hated the way that he dressed. He said all of that. So then, so Jeff Teague went on, was like he had to take it right there. But once Jeff Teague figured out that he wasn't coming back and he was going to be traded to Milwaukee, he called up his GM and said what he wanted to say and cussed about it, told him everything he didn't like about him, and talked to him how much he didn't like him and all that. Said it took about 72 hours for the deal to go through. Said he made it back to the facility, and the GM said, "Hey, so you're not going to Milwaukee? You're staying with the Atlanta Hawks. I hope you didn't take anything that I said seriously, and I ain't taking anything you said seriously. I'll see you tomorrow." It's a business at the end of the day.
It's a business.
A business. So just looking at the Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell situation, it was a gift. The Knicks received the gift that they did not know that they were receiving.
Oh my God.
I don't think they was realizing that the team that once you add Jalen Brunson, the chemistry was already there
The
because
Villanova
they
boys.
played in college.
Yeah.
And if you add Donovan Mitchell, I've even seen the likes of Mikal Bridges coming next year. You add one of those pieces in there, it's gonna be a tough team, tough out in the East for them. It's not about the star. It ain't about these star-studded teams no more. Look at the Lakers. Look at the Suns.
Look at
Look
LeBron.
at like them star-studded teams. Just because you a superstar, that don't mean it's gonna mesh well. I think we seen really truly the last of that with the Miami Heat and the Golden State Warriors. It'll take about 10, 20 years before
No
you
more
get a super
dynasties.
team like that again. Like, because building through the draft is the best thing to do. OKC did it one time. Luckily, the sun done rotated back to them again for them to be able to do it a second time. This time they ain't gonna mess it up.
You go back and look and see
So
what the Clippers gave up to get Paul George from OKC. They
Yeah.
got Shea and a ton of picks. Number ones too.
Hey, so the GM, no, matter of fact, it was Jerry West. He told Kawhi, he said, hey, I think we need to keep this guy SGA. I know he's a little rough around the edges right now, but I think we need to keep him. Kawhi said, I want Paul by any means necessary. You can trade him.
Even Doc
That
Rivers
is
likes the SGA too.
You're worse
yeah.
GM than LeBron, huh?
So what do the Knicks do with Julius Randle now?
Whatever
you
they
keep
want
him.
to.
You keep him. Julius Randle, he's not going to get better than what he is.
Yeah, he's a double guy
He's
though.
not finna get better than what he is. So you keep him.
He'll get better though with if Mitchell's on the court. That type of pressure with Mitchell.
Right. You got to remember DiVincenzo is coming off the bench if they're all healthy.
Yeah.
You need a bench.
And they got him on a cheap contract. I don't know why Golden State let that man
And
go.
truthfully, Josh Hart is coming off the bench if you really need to. Like
They got him on
that
a cheap contract.
they get their 9-man rotation if they add one player. They got a 9-man rotation for the playoffs.
Hey,
all these stupid teams.
Great organic conversation, because I don't know how we got to talking about that, but great organic conversation. But I gotta
How
go
many
shine
times
my
you gonna
church.
say organic today?
I
What's up
gotta
with
go
that?
shine my church shoes and
Oh, go ahead.
and all that. So we had a great basketball episode. DSPN, do you got a best bet?
Best bet.
Hold on, let me. DJ Ellenboy with the DJ Ellenboy dad joke of the week. Do you all? That man laughing I'm good. That man laughing before I even got my joke out.
Let's go, Bruce. Light skinned Bruce.
Man, girl told me that at the starter on one night. Told me something, you remind me. I'm like, man, get up, man. It's crazy.
Should have mushed in her face.
Do y'all know what country that the first French fries were cooked in? In what country? French fries.
Montgomery.
Greece.
Was it German? Was it Belgium?
It was Greece.
I thought y'all said France, but Mr. Man just killed my joke again, just like Sim.
It was Greece, man. It was Greece.
You boys take the comedy too far, man.
Now I'll tell his pick of the week, but DSPN, what's your pick of the week?
All right, for all my draft picks, underdogs, my number one pick tomorrow is Jalen Brunson, points, rebounds, assists, over 42.5. If you can see that, you can zoom in. 42.5. Even though he got hurt yesterday in the game and left for a minute, he still almost flourished in the fourth quarter and covered for you all. So I'm taking him over 42.5. Secondly, I want to take Joker. His points, rebounds, assists have not been released yet, but just know Joker is back to triple-double Joker tomorrow. So his points, rebounds, assists, let's just say if it's around that 52 or so area, 53, take him over. But
winning the game.
But Minnesota, Denver Nuggets, Minnesota money line. Those are my 3 picks for the week.
So that means I should go under, and the Nuggets.
Hey, I don't think I done lost a pick in a week. So you do
say
what you do.
Flego.
Sugar Man Joe, you got anything to say out? Unpredictable, any closing remarks?
I'm good. I'm organic, man. I'm organic.
I'm African American.
Everything Gucci, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I just popped this up in my head. You know what? Birds of a feather may not always flock together, but when you run in a group looking like us, the police go judge you the same. Just remember that.
You heard that. Heard it here first. Set your line up.
Appearance and image is everything. Remember that, young black people.
What was happening to Clutch Quote? I was going to Clutch Quote.
I think he had to pass gas this time.
I think it was the real deal this time. We think he burnt.
He ate those pinto beans.
Yeah,
get some hot sauce. Get some hot sauce for my burrito.
I would go.
I can go with the part whatever he had. I got a good one. Self-discipline. What you doing? Nobody's around looking at you.
No,
it's like we can't see Clutch right now.
It look like he coming back. I don't know.
I got one.
Clutch, we're waiting on you, baby. We want
maybe that's a toilet flushing.
Light reveals, darkness conceals. See if I turn the light out.
Come on, where did you
go?
So
Magic
like,
Man.
Back in the day,
all you see was teeth. Teeth and eyes.
So whenever the light comes on, it expels the darkness. Darkness cannot remain in the room.
All right, Clutch, you go on again, man. I don't know what's going on. We were doing the Clutch quote of the week, but we'll post it. Follow the Facebook group. We're gonna post the Clutch quote of the week in the Facebook group. I mean, he's trying to come back again. I'm gonna tell another DJ Ellen Boy dad joke. If you see a robbery at the Apple Store, if you see a robbery at the Apple Store, does that make you an eyewitness?
Boy, I tell you, let me go. That's time. Play the music, man. Play the music.
Well, Clutch keep trying to come back in, man.
Play the music, man.
He said play the music. All right, Clutch, that down. He's still spinning. All right. Like, subscribe.
He ride around and he spin it. I ride around and I spin it.
Like, subscribe, follow the podcast, share it. Join the Facebook page. We out next week. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.